Every time. It looks great, and then, damn it. There we go. Oh, that's better. Hey guys. Hey, can you see Todd better now?
Are we live already?
Yeah. Seems really high, huh? Like there's a lot of head space going on. Oh, that's better. This is a professional production.
Oh God!
Do you guys like when people wait?
What are you doing, dude?
Well, look at Crooked.
I haven't even alerted the people that were happening now. Hold on, maybe this is not our problem. We never tell anyone we're live. Hold on, let me tell everyone we're live.
Tell them. They don't care that we're live.
Hey everybody, we're live. We're doing Monday M.A.S.S right now. It's Tuesday.
Right.
Because I had to go to Utah to do the bomb hole all banged up.
Oh my
So now
God. We're gonna talk about that.
We're doing it. Here we are. So go to the, push the link. I don't fucking know.
Where's the link?
We're doing this. Monday
Where's
M.A.S.S.
the link? How you doing? Where's
YouTube
the link?
link.
Oh look, one person.
Sweet, it's Mike Nelson.
You know what? If we can just reach that one person, change their lives, then we've done our job. And all of our sponsors are happy if that one person buys 10,000 things from each sponsor. Oh God, here we go. Oh yeah. All right, I've got I got the equipment going.
Let's go.
I got the equipment going.
Let's go.
Let's go. I think we sound pretty great.
Let's go. Why don't I just go live on here?
Okay, you
This
can
shit
do it
isn't-
all.
This shit isn't fucking.
This one's going on YouTube after.
I barely even feel like anyone cares.
See, people like that it's crooked. Do you know that?
No.
Welcome to Todd's mock crew.
What?
Mock turtle.
Hold on a second.
You got a mock turtle.
I need to anchor this. Do you have an anchor?
Oh, like a stand?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
How about I'll use Pee Wee Herman.
Use Pee-wee.
I'll use this.
Use that mask. Freaking amateur hour around
What do you
here.
expect, dude? We're not the bomb hole. That was very,
Eye-opening?
very eye-opening. They're a fucking tightly oiled unit over there.
Yeah, they all work on it.
We're like the Spirit Airlines.
I just do all of this, and then you just show up, and you talk, and then you leave, and you Photoshop.
Yeah.
They all do all of it.
We all have
I
our
sell.
roles.
You selling?
Look how
you're selling
organized the
sponsors.
magazine's
I know I
got.
did that. That's
Wow.
a side project.
Chris has been over here in. Hi everybody, this is the Monday M.A.S.S.
I'm Chris Coté.
I'm Todd, and this is we're gonna do this live. We're comparing where we get more views on our YouTube or on my. We already have 59 people.
What would the
blowing our YouTube numbers
What
away?
would the bomb hole do right now? What makes them so much more professional than us? What would they be doing at the beginning of their?
Call it off, dude.
They would say we're not doing it.
We got to go back to the drawing board.
Okay.
You know, they have like up to 4 or 5 dry erase boards. I don't think we have enough dry erase boards.
We don't have any.
That's a sign of success.
I'm looking around. I don't see any.
We have more chapstick in here than dry erase boards.
I do have a lot of chapstick.
We have more scented candles in here than we have dry erase boards.
And we have 2.
That's a horrible ratio.
How many dry erase boards would you suggest?
I suggest up to, a minimum of 4 dry erase boards, up to 6. And we really need to get the scented candles to dry erase boards ratio a bit more aligned with professionalism.
I have incense in my.
See, that's your problem.
Desk.
You're always just trying to get your spirituality
I got
on
incense
point
over there.
and not the business model.
We have sponsors.
Let's
We have sponsors.
Let's run the sponsors over.
Yeah, like K2 Snowboarding at K2 Snowboarding. Welcome back to the Monday M.A.S.S. K2 Snowboarding has been doing big things already, and the season literally just started 3 days ago.
Prove it.
Well, they've got a new video that came out a couple weeks ago that we're going to talk about in Snow News. Snow News will be brought to you by K2 Snowboarding. Follow them at .K2 Snowboarding. Tell them the Monday M.A.S.S. sent you, and you could be eligible to win a free prize from my desk. They'll appreciate it. We'll appreciate it even more.
You can have you choose between scented candle and some chapstick.
Maybe I'll give you my K2 sweatpants that I've had for only about a year. They're like new. But K2 Snowboarding, OGs in the game. And we'll talk about their video later. Pedal Electric, at pedal.electric.
Did you ride your bike here today?
I did not.
It's raining
been a torrent of terrible rain. But we needed it. Everything's
Electric
going
bikes
green.
do really well in wet weather, surprisingly.
They do, right?
Yeah.
Especially ours, because Pedal Electric has 2 engines,
And
2 motors.
They just recently were written up in Forbes magazine as like best 2-person electric bike. Do you see that?
I could have told them that.
Okay.
I'm always with 2 people on my bike. I like how Forbes magazine is now the go-to, because when I search up surf, skate, snow news, there's always some stuff on Forbes magazine. What do these financial people know about all these sports that makes them so good? Question for the ages. Bachans.
Bachans,
Today,
Japanese
okay,
barbecue
what would
sauce.
you recommend for a day like today? What's your go-to Bachans type of cooking? So it's windy and rainy out there.
Windy, rainy, kind of crappy out.
Crappy ass.
It's just really easy to, let's just say like 11 o'clock during the day, you go and get yourself some chicken. You chop it up.
11 a.m.?
Just listen, hear me out.
I'm listening.
Chop up that chicken into cubes. You take the original bachans, you put it in a Ziploc bag, you throw that chicken in there with maybe some serrano pepper, maybe some shallots.
Ooh.
You throw it in there, garlic, you throw it in there. You shake it up, you put it in your refrigerator. Then at like 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, when it comes dinner time, you simply take that, put it in a pan, zippity zappity zoo, you get some rice, you put the chicken on the bam, dinner.
You should write a cookbook.
It's like a bento box.
Try bachans. Try bachans. We did have an incredible bachans inspired pizza the other day.
Yeah, that was dope, dude.
Oh my
I was
god.
kind of tripped out. It was like a balmy sandwich in pizza form.
And that was at Corner Pizza.
I
We
told
talked about
Justin,
that in a minute.
I instantly sent Justin a picture of the pizza. And
He was hyped, huh?
he's down.
Alright, I'm down. We'll be talking about what Corner Pizza is coming up in a minute. This is all foreshadowing. Beneath Apparel, at BN3TH Apparel. It's snow season. It's always season to take care of your undercarriage as well. So you can do that with the original Beneath Apparel underwear, but now we have base layer too. And you know what I was thinking? So like you, I oftentimes like to wear long sleeve shirts. I've got my brand new Danzig 3 How the Gods Kill long sleeve.
People still listen to Danzig?
This is the best Danzig album. Danzig 3 How the Gods Kill. It's a brand new shirt. But a long sleeve shirt isn't always warm enough. But if you can low key wear that Beneath Apparel base layer underneath your long sleeve, you've got yourself a sweatshirt.
Or wear a jacket.
You're welcome. But then I'd be covering up my Danzig 3 How the Gods Kill sleeves. Brand new shirt.
I'm sure they have a jacket that looks like that at Hot Topic too.
They might. It's not on sale though. They got the AFI jacket that's still full price. Oh, trust me.
NanocraftCBD.
Nanocraft.
Guess what?
Love it.
It's Nanocraft season because we're going to be doing some snowboard riding soon, and your body hasn't really done that for a long time, so you're going to be sore, and you're going to need the magical powers of CBD.
Yeah, I've been rubbing it on. I've been taking it everywhere. I've been putting it on my skin. It's the best at NanocraftCBD. They actually offer THC gummies now as well.
Oh yeah?
That are specially formulated. These aren't the gummies that you get from the guy in the alley.
I got some gummies. People do that shit?
I got some alley gummies. These are scientific style gummies. Delta 9ers.
So it's like some dude with a bunch of dreads pulled back and he's wearing a lab coat.
He isn't a lab, well, he's got goggles on. No, these are scientists. And that's at NanocraftCBD. You can check it out there on Instagram. Bubs Naturals, at Bubs Naturals. Every single day I'm on the Bubs program. My mom actually just got a knee replacement. They took out her knee and they put a new one in there. So we're doubling her dosage of Bubs Naturals just to make everything kind of fit back together. And also I put in my kids hot cocoa this morning. Give them some.
This is taking way too long. Let me just write.
Hansen Surfboards, at Hansen Surfboards, at Pannikin Coffee and Tea. Those go together because they're both local institutions. And Hansen's just had a big ski and snow swap. You want to talk about Pure Prescriptions?
Pure Prescriptions, which right now is one of the go-to places. It's freaking everyone's sick, dude. It's not COVID. It's the other stuff that was on vacation for like 2 years that you didn't really hear about. But now
is it respiratory?
It's just the flu. Like the flu is rampant.
F
right now.
you, flu.
If you don't want to take a flu shot, that's cool. That's your freaking prerogative. But you might as well put some. I guess it would be like, you need to armor your body up.
Whoa, dude, you're getting political.
No, I just said like I don't care if you take.
Oh, I thought you were talking about flu shots. That's a hot topic.
Is it really?
It's a hot button topic.
Really? What? At any rate, Perfect Immune. It's one.
Oh, that's a thing?
Yeah, it's like one.
Where is it?
It's one pill. It comes from Pure Prescription. It's
How
called
come
Perfect Immune.
How come I get you NanocraftCBD all the time, and you used to give me
You don't ask.
greens.
I have
You never give me per
I have a lot on my
prescriptions.
plate. You're over here organizing the
Oh my
magazine
God.
collection that's irrelevant.
You're flying
And
around
I'm doing
on
shit
other podcasts.
For real, barely.
Barely. You do
You-
that all the
You
time.
got Surf Machine. You're like cheating on us with yourself.
I'm not. No, that's us. You're not involved. But it's still us.
DieCutStickers.com. That's at DieCutStickers.
You're always welcome on
Dot
Surf Machine, by the way. When we go snowboarding together, guess what it's going to be called?
Surf Machine does snow.
Todd Machine.
Hi. All right, we're down to 19 viewers.
Cut
We are
stickers.
just freaking cutting the viewership in half right now. Listen,
That's because you're
DieCutStickers.com.
looking up your nose.
You want stickers made? DieCutStickers.com makes
You should
Thank
have
God.
a new
Are we clear of the sponsor block?
Well, board swap at Corner Pizza is this Sunday. That's 12 to 4 p.m. this Sunday. We're raising money for an awesome little girl, a local, who is battling cancer.
Mm-hmm.
She's, 6 years old? She's a badass little kid, but she needs our help, so we're going to raise some money for her.
I'm donating a
got a
surfboard. You're donating a
I'm
surfboard.
donating a board. We got boards from Joel Tudor, Tanner Gadauskas.
I was actually
Damien Hopgood.
considering maybe I should just donate a snowboard.
That would actually be awesome.
Be more on brand.
You could do both.
I could.
If you want. Look, I put Todd Richards. Look, Joel Tudor, Tanner Gadauskas, Damien Hopgood, me, and Todd Richards, and many more.
There you
It's $25 to get in, and with that, you get all-you-can-eat pizza, you get drink tickets, there's a silent auction, we got stuff from Nixon, Vuori, and more. Pack Rat Records will be there DJing. It's going to be great fun for a great cause. I'll be posting pictures of this little girl on my Instagram, and trust me, this is,
Chris,
obviously this is a pinpoint thing. We're going to help this one person out.
I'm going to try
It's gonna be
something.
awesome.
We're going to try something new today on the
What?
podcast.
What?
We're going to take live questions during. I see them do this kind of shit, like on Twitch.
Oh,
We're going to do it here
on
from
the
my
other podcast.
from my Instagram. So this is.
Oh, so we can just go
There
every
we
once
go.
in a while. We'll be like, question, but we still have all the questions that you guys sent in.
We have a question. Well, this is a question right here. Straight away, we're gonna get this going. Fleece Genzer says, "So is this like only commercials?" No, this is called an
That's
ad.
not a real name.
This is called an ad block.
Wait, is that a real name?
Fleece Genzer.
Fleece Genzer is about the coolest name ever.
Right.
Well, before we get into
If you have
surfboards-
questions, the
Yeah.
length of this ad block looks like it's really stressing it. It is.
Oh my God.
I'll tell you what.
It's not that bad. If you've listened to any other podcast, this is exactly how long their ad blocks
Once
are.
we get a brand to sponsor the ad block, we will cut the ad block in half.
Do you want Todd and I to get normal jobs? Do you
Right.
want us to go bag groceries? Do you want us to, I don't know, become art directors or something?
Okay.
We can do that,
Let's move on.
but sponsors help us
People are
do this.
dying for us to
Okay,
move on.
check it out. When Todd
Oh my God.
was gone, I called my friend Matt Biolos of Lost Surfboards. Matt Biolos has some breaking news for us, not only in the world of surf, but also in the world of snow. He is at Mammoth Mountain. I called him this morning.
Okay, let's go.
He was literally on the toilet.
What is it?
And this is my interview with Matt Biolos. You're not going to hear it there or there, but you're going to hear it when you listen to the podcast.
Well, they can hear it here.
Well,
Oh, they're not?
no,
You
you
guys
know
can't
how
hear
that
it.
is.
We'll describe what he said.
You can talk about that
Matt
later.
was probably sounded a little bit grumpy.
No,
No.
because he was, he's going snowboarding. I literally, when I called him, he was literally on the toilet at the lodge, and
Really?
he got up and he gives a whole snow report. He talks about the new Lost 5519 at quarter. It's an extensive interview,
Wow, look at this
and you
thing.
can only listen to it exclusively on our
Podcast.
podcast,
Okay.
on our vlogcast.
Let me ask you this. So
Yeah.
is he Are they open? Is Mammoth open yet?
So Mammoth is open.
Are you sure?
Yes.
When did they open?
That was our interview with Matt Biolos, my interview with Matt Biolos.
Hey.
And basically what he said was, Mammoth, you probably just heard it, but if you didn't hear it, he's at Mammoth. They're opening today. I saw some video. It's a little stormy.
It's probably
pretty
stormy,
nuts.
but it's probably pretty deep.
Yeah. And Matt actually broke down the new Lost film,
Okay.
5'5", 19 and a
I
quarter
try to
century.
smile, Trev. It's hard with Chris.
He's doing his own thing.
Yeah.
5'5", 19 and a quarter century, and the LibTech Lost Biolos Triangle, which is amazing. So you probably just heard it, and I got more surf news. Encinitas Ripper.
I heard about
That's
this.
where you live.
This is great.
Encinitas Ripper.
Yep.
Alyssa Spencer just won the Corona Saquarema Pro, along with the homie Gabriel Medina. He's back. He's happy. He's amazing. And so now that we're almost done with the Challenger Series, we've got some announcements regarding qualification.
What
Do you
kind?
care about? Do you care about this stuff?
I mean,
To be honest,
marginally. But
I mean,
let's go.
it's like a news thing.
Yeah.
You're really rushing it.
No, I'm not.
You're acting like a Russian me.
Go.
Molly Picklum and Caitlyn Simmers have qualified for the championship tour. This is amazing because, as we know, Caitlyn Simmers qualified last year. She said, no, thank you. Give me another year. Should have easily requalified. And I'm claiming it right here. Caitlyn Simmers, she is going to start her run to glory in 2023. She's going to be Rookie of the Year. She's going to win at least one event. So she'll make the finals of one event. She will be in the WSL Final
Right.
5. You heard it here
Solid
first.
prediction.
Gabriel Medina is also going to win in 2023. He's going to win the world title.
You think so?
I think so. Kung Fu Panda,
Oh,
William Cardoso, officially retired. I think he's retired 4 or 5 times, but now it's official.
He's a big boy.
He's a big
He
kid.
moves a lot of water in the water.
He's a really nice guy, too.
Surfing.
Kung Fu Panda. Todd, you have a new team rider
I do.
at Quiksilver. A
Griffon
teammate, I should say.
Colapinto.
Shut your face off. He's a
He's
big
now
star.
on Quiksilver. Big news.
That's a
Last week.
Remember we had take them through our behind the scenes conversation, our speculation text.
Well, we were talking. We
Textulation.
were talking to each other
Yeah.
about. Well, I know Quiksilver signs
Physically.
big up in the next coming days. I wasn't privy to the information.
Even you didn't
till
know.
really late. Yeah, they kept it pretty under wraps.
Damn.
And I was asking you, I'm like, who do you think it's going to be? And I initially had kind of floated, who did I say? No,
Italo.
Islo. Yep.
And taking nothing away from Billabong, they're a great company.
Right, but we were just kind of
We're
like floating these people who it could possibly be. And it makes sense. Now that Griffin's been announced, it makes sense because...
It makes sense. And that's a big one.
Yeah, it's real big. And then I kind of went back and like looked at, so Leo is no longer on Quiksilver.
Wait, Leo isn't.
No,
Really?
no, he's been off Quick for a couple months now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Wow.
it happened kind of
Breaking news, surf
quietly.
news. Yeah,
Quietly,
very
yeah.
quiet.
So I mean, as far as like, and we, you look at Kanoa Igarashi, who's kind of more representing the Asian market these days for Quiksilver. Like, you look at something
Yeah.
globally, like he's kind of representing for the Asia Pacific market.
He's like Quiksilver surfer, but also Dior, Chanel,
But also-
Prada.
He's
Gucci, whatever he
competing
wants.
for Japan.
Yes, yes.
So,
he is a hero, a national hero in
Right.
Japan.
but
Amazing
now
surfer in America, a national hero.
we have a youthful destroyer from right here in Southern California that Quiksilver can get behind, and I think it's just a matter of time before Griff wins the world.
I think Griff will definitely be in the WSL Final 5 in 2023. So we've got Medina, Griff locked in for the men.
Mhm.
And we say these things early because then we like to sound smart. Later, not that anyone remembers, we will remind them, and if we're wrong, then we'll let them forget that we didn't know what we were talking about. You know what I've seen a lot of, speaking of sponsor changes? I saw it this morning with Alyssa Cuisin. So and I've seen it with a handful of surfers where it's like a picture of them as a kid with their board with the Billabong logo or something on the nose, and it's like, looking forward to my next chapter in life. Thank you so much for the support. And it's like they some of them actually peel the sticker off for effect. It's kind of like a reverse sponsor announcement, and it's happening more and more.
Like a D,
what do you think of that?
Like
when
a D spot, like kind of like how they have that new thing where when you go pro now they have a big party.
Yeah.
So you have like a D pro party.
I do like that it's kind of a nice way to say thank you for the support, but it's also kind of a.
Why aren't people
It's
real?
like a sponsor thirst trap.
Why aren't they real about it? They're like, they just show them like kicking over all their shit, throwing it all at fire.
Thanks a lot. Oh, we didn't even talk about this. Oh, we can talk about that in skate news.
What's that?
Those things.
All right.
Oh, what else we got? Did you watch? So congratulations to Griffon Colapinto and Quiksilver.
That's great. Big moves.
Would love.
Power
maybe
moves.
I'm gonna have Griffon. Griffin's like one of the only people I actually know at Quiksilver who could probably get me close.
Oh, you should try to see who can get you
I'm
close faster, Griffon
Maybe like
Colapinto
a
or me.
shirt sticker.
I get you a promo code. Like
Not that I deserve it. Nobody, don't give me anything.
Maybe like
I don't deserve
15%
I
off.
buy my own Danzig 3 shirts. Long sleeve. Look at that. It's a long sleeve.
Is that the one that Mother's on?
No, that's Danzig 1, dude. That's just Danzig.
I'm just not down with
Nothing.
Danzig, dude.
He likes you, speaks highly of you.
Hey, whatever.
Nathan Florence rode one of the biggest, scariest,
I
gnarliest
saw
left-hand barrels, I don't know, ever
It doesn't look friendly.
in Ireland. It's November 6th. This was a swell on a remote Irish reef. And I love Nathan Florence's quote, "When riding the lightning all comes together." He said it was one of the rides of his life. Thanks to the local boys for having him in their beautiful land and always inspiring him to send. So Nathan Florence is out there doing crazy shit. Did you see him paddling through the foam to get to the wave?
Mm-hmm.
And his wife, Mahina's on the beach laughing at him, filming him.
Just laughing at your
Yeah,
your
like,
husband.
you're gonna die. Power couple. Parker Coffin, congratulations. Parker, a longtime friend and fan of the show. Parker just dropped an edit that is hype. Love it. Stab saying it might be one of the edits of the year. I agree with them. In more surf news, Hurricane Nicole is going to send waves to the Space Coast. And I pulled that out because that's such a cool name for a
Space Coast?
area. The Space Coast. Is that like Cape Canaveral and all that?
Canaveral?
Cape Canaveral? How do you say it?
I think that's how you say it.
Cape Canaveral.
You just said it weird for a second.
That's where
Kelly
Elon
Slater.
sends his rockets and NASA. No, Kelly Slater's from Cocoa Beach.
Isn't that near Cape Canaveral?
No, I think the Space Coast is west coast of Florida.
No, it's East Coast.
It is?
Yeah.
East. Double east. Because they're east already.
Right.
Crazy.
What?
Sterling Spencer has a podcast.
You know, hey, I didn't realize that Sterling said this the other day, that he had trouble walking for like a year.
Yeah, he had a
Gnarly traumatic brain injury.
Yeah, CTE. It really ravaged his life for years.
I didn't realize that. Like, I think you just kind of like forget about that stuff.
Yeah, it was painful to watch him go through that because he's such a fun, awesome guy, brilliant guy. But he's back. Needless to say, he's done a ton of videos since then. He's now producing this podcast with his friend from church, and they drive around in his Sprinter, and they have headsets.
Yeah, I saw it.
It's so good.
That's
Sterling, we love you. Local news: Go Surf is an app that you can check out to link up with local photographers, videographers. You know, Todd, if you want to catch some photos of yourself surfing or some videos of yourself, the Go Surf app will help you link up with someone to do that.
So basically, it's like Craigslist for someone to come and film you.
Yeah, but just surfing though. No other water sports, but basically they're a rad DIY local tech company, young kids doing amazing things. They have a San Diego Surf Art Music Festival, bar, all kinds of fun stuff. That's November 12th in San Diego. The Go Surf app, check it out. Go Surf on the gram.
Chris.
Yeah.
Other news.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the shark attack in Del Mar?
Yes, Del Mar is very close to us.
Apparently, it's a hot spot for juvenile great whites
Yes.
right now.
It really is.
To the point where you can stand in the bluff and you can watch them frolicking in the waves.
I believe I know he's my friend. I think he's our mutual friend, Cody Steele.
Mm-hmm.
On his Instagram, Cody is constantly flying his drone over that area, and almost every day he has footage of, 6 to 8 foot. I like calling them juvenile great whites. 'Cause,
Right.
oh, they're like little ones. They're scary as hell.
They ate the shit out of stingrays.
I do like that.
Yeah.
But so what happened was a woman was swimming a quarter mile out. There's a bunch of buoys out on the coast that people go and swim around, which I would never do.
No,
Good for them.
You're right in the buffet out there.
That's just like dangling a carrot. But luckily the woman, I think she just got, I don't know what it means to be grazed. Like,
she got gum, like, she got full gum.
like,
I guess it took it, basically clamped on her, thigh and then let go.
She get cut up?
Yeah. She got jacked up. And then she had to swim a quarter of a mile back into shore, just bleeding.
I like that when I'm surfing places that feel sharky, I put my legs on my board. Like, that's gonna do anything.
It probably will, though.
But do you think if a shark came up and grabbed?
Well, he would definitely get way more of a mouthful of foam, which is good, right?
Yeah, less leg, more foam.
A little less leverage for his mouth to chomp on.
Yeah.
You know?
It's, you know what, even making conversation about shark bites is
What?
asking for it.
Is it?
Is it?
I don't know.
You're the Cape Cod guy.
Yeah, I know, but the sharks there are just
They'll just eat.
they're just freaking eat you.
How big are the sharks there?
15 to 20 foot.
15 to 20 footers.
Yeah.
Those are
that's
great.
Like a 7 or 8 foot shark here is just like an
Amphibian.
it's like whatever.
The sharks are amphibians. I don't know if you guys knew that.
What else we have?
There's a brand new film coming out of New York. It's called The Rolling East. It's filmed in the middle of winter last year in New York. It's basically, as it says here, the visual embodiment of a group of surfers who must really, really, really like surfing because they're surfing in heavy snow.
This just premiered last week.
Yeah,
correct?
this I think was filmed last year, but it just came out. It's got all the names that you would expect: Sam Hammer, Ballaram, all our favorite New Yorkers. Is that a New York accent or a Boston accent?
Just stop doing it.
I think it's New Jersey.
Just please don't. Don't do that anymore.
Nazaré went freaking quintuple XL. And there was a bunch of people towing. And this, I believe, I think November 15th is the official start of big wave season for the WSL.
Do you think Nazaré is scarier than Big Choco, or what do you think?
Yeah, oh my god. Every big wave surfer I've talked to who has surfed Nazaré at a size of consequence has said, this is the scariest wave out, because unlike Jaws, unlike Chopo, even unlike Mavericks, Todos Santos, there's no channel.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beach break. And so, you've got peak here, peak here, peak here, whereas, Jaws, which they're all scary. Jaws is basically a perfect peak right and left. But Nazaré, it's everywhere. That's why you see those gnarly jet ski wipeouts. If you can't get out with a jet ski. But it went big. So this is basically like opening swell of our big wave season. Everyone was towing except for Nic Lamb. You know who Nic Lamb is from Santa Cruz? He said, everyone said it was too big to paddle. But I don't believe in limits.
Wow.
I do. My limit is about 8 to 10 feet.
You ever just say to people, I believe in limits?
Sexually, I don't have any limits.
Wow, that is an intense conversation.
I'm gonna edit that out
on here.
I'm gonna edit that out.
It's okay.
No, I do have limits, and I have a safe word.
Do you? What's your safe word?
Todd. Nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you.
Let's move on to skate news that is brought to us by Beneath Apparel. It's underwear that you can put on and have it. What does it say?
Love.
Love.
Well, I love Beneath Apparel underwear.
Here we go.
Do you have any questions you want to get to?
I do. Amy Sabrina says, do you think Nazaré is heavier than Doheny?
Well, depends on what you mean by heavy. Water-wise, I believe they're both
oh my God.
The same weight. No, Doheny's not. Let's talk about me some more.
Okay, well, you want me to intro?
I'm
You want me to
DJing.
intro this for you because I feel like you just talked.
No,
about
I'm going to
yourself.
ask you questions.
All right, go ahead.
Because you know a lot. Todd knows a lot about skateboarding, especially skateboarding history, which he doesn't get enough credit for. He's a really good skater.
Or what is the question? What? Tell us what.
Why do you get so weird when I compliment you? What is that about?
There's only so much time in the day, Chris. I'm just trying to.
I'm DJing the Skateboarding Hall of Fame induction ceremony this Thursday at Vans HQ, and I've got some of the names that will be inducted. I'm just going to say a name. You tell me what, or give me a brief reason why they're being inducted.
Okay,
Monty Nolder.
The Monty grind, backside slip grinds.
Lester Kasai.
Lester. Let's see. Lester's legendary. The legendary splat board.
Yeah.
You know,
Big backside
Sims,
boosty
like
airs.
huge. Sadlands Destroyer.
Steve Stenham.
Backside bonuses, long board slides, Stigoo.
Encinitas resident. If you drove
This ramp used to be right over here.
If you drove on the 5 freeway between, what would you say, like the years of 1985 and 1990?
Probably like right after when Del Mar shut down. So that was probably like 88.
Giant. There was actually 2 vert ramps. There was his and then Ron Wilkerson, the legendary BMX guy at the vert ramp there. Salman Agha.
Switch.
Basically invented it.
I remember this one clip of Solomon Agha switch olling over a small retaining wall off this thing, and that was when we were all like, holy shit, we really suck at street skating.
Time to stop.
Yeah.
Steve Rocco. Why would Steve Rocco be in the Skateboarding Hall of Fame?
Because he ruined skateboarding.
Well, he also made skateboarding.
Yeah, no, it's one of the best freestylers. I don't know, Rocco. He revolutionized things, World Industries, kind of like really brought the sarcasm to skating. That's cool.
Big fan. I don't know about the business stuff, like who knows, but he is just super rad.
Okay.
I've met him. He's cool. Larry Gordon of Gordon Smith.
Gordon G&S was like
G&S.
all the from Neil Blender to freaking Chris Miller to Billy Ruff and let's see, who else was on there? I'm trying to think.
You just kind of named off the hottest.
Those were the hot ones, but I think this. Who else was on G&S? At any rate, they had snowboards for a little while, like legendary.
Yeah, San Diego brand as well. Kevin Reed.
Who's Kevin?
Kevin Reed, if I'm correct, he was one of the first surfers to ever do airs, Santa Cruz guy.
Oh, really?
But he was right there with like Matt Keckley and this group of surfers inventing airs. So I'm going to find out why. But I know him as the guy who did airs on the surfboard. Also Bert Lamar.
Bert Lamar, dog.
He's walking dogs right here.
Trainer over here at our local beaches. Also was a pro snowboarder. Was on the Sims team.
So he's
skateboarding,
a skater, snowboarder.
Did good frontside inverts back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, there we go.
All right,
So
I'll be there.
you're DJing this thing at Vans
Chris
headquarters.
Pass is hosting with Don Brown.
So I mean, just the other night was probably the last session that will happen at
The Combi.
the Combi
Right.
for Steve Caballero's anniversary of the half cab
30 years.
30 years of the half cab, and just think it all started with some people cutting down Cab's signature shoe into a mid-top.
They went from full cab to half cab.
That's right.
30
cool.
years ago.
30 years.
That's pretty awesome.
Cab did a half cab.
And cab's still ripping.
And Cab is what, like 57?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still rips.
Yeah.
Gravity Games.
What?
Is a blast from the past. That's a name we haven't heard in a minute. But they had a big event with Bones Love Milk and Encinitas of the old YMCA.
You mean the old Gravity Games?
I guess.
Okay.
Gravity Games, Bones Love Milk came together. They had a big contest. Cabs Van Urethane played.
They put the vert ramp in the parking lot
at the
YMCA?
Yeah, big, like, the roll in. I don't know if it was Hawk. It must have been Hawk's ramp.
It looks like Tony's ramp.
So, from what I saw, Shea Donovan and Zach Miller were ripping. All the usual suspects probably there. It was a fun day for skating, and I'm bummed I missed it. I don't know where I was. I got a question for you.
Yeah, go.
So, Red Bull is famous for a lot of things. The energy drink, of course, but also the videos and the Red Bull Media House and the big productions they do.
Yeah.
Leticia Bufoni had a video just come out where she's skating in the same airplane that they filmed the Fast and the Furious in, She's kind of cruising around, doing some tricks, and then the door opens. What's that back door of a plane called?
The back door.
The back door opens, and a flat bar comes out, and Leticia comes out, grinds out of the plane into the air, ditches her board, pulls her parachute, and floats down nicely with a smile on her face. What do you think of antics like this?
I think that I want to know where that skateboard went.
Well, I think they had to have done it over the desert, right? They had to have retrieved it.
The skateboard?
Does anyone out on Todd's
Does anyone
social
know
media live
where Leticia's skateboard went after she did a Bob Burnquist?
What is that person saying? Oh, that's Andy Ryan.
That's Andy Ryan. We'll get to you in a minute. When after she did the nose grind and her skateboard flew away, did it kill a family of 4? We didn't hear very much about that.
My opinion on these things are go for it. If you have the money and the means to make fun productions like this, I mean, it's kind of, I guess the point is to inspire people to skate and to do, you chase their dreams.
We have let's see, BT's one says it's in my roof.
Oh, it's stuck.
Stuck in your roof. See, that's the thing, man. Like you jump out of a plane,
Well, I'm sure
and your
Red Bull
skateboard goes.
Oh, a little parachute.
Yeah, but it didn't have a little parachute.
A little parachute on the board.
It would have been sicker if she like sky. I don't know what do you call it, like
Sky surf.
Not sky surf, but like flew down, grabbed it,
Yeah.
and then like did like you know how you lay on your bed and you're all just doing like a
Method
big
air,
method and
rocket air,
just held that,
comb your hair.
plummeted onto right into the.
I would have liked a little mini.
You know, like Wile E. Coyote, like the old coyote.
Yeah. I would have liked a mini little parachute personally. Just the skateboard is going down. I like doing this too.
Maybe next year. Maybe when you do it.
Mike Tyson
Oh my
appeared
God.
on social media.
Tony Hawk almost
eating
killed
shit.
Mike Tyson. That's,
What happened?
I think Mike Tyson tried to stand on a skateboard and
Yeah.
basically almost fell back through some drywall.
Iron Mike almost got his ass knocked out.
That was, it's pretty funny. Like, he's a big boy, and when big boy
Yeah.
starts moving like that,
Yeah.
it's like a tree falling down.
Big guy windmilling in his own living room
Yeah.
on the way down. Scary. This is actually pretty cool. This is like something Indiana Jones would have found because he's a
Spelunker.
archaeologist.
Yeah.
So on Jenkem, a gal named Stana Weisberg found or had a pile of photos from the 1980s. In this pile of photos, an 18-year-old Christian Hosoi skating the Brooklyn Banks. Now this is a day and a trick that has forever held a part in skate lore.
That's right.
A lot of people we know were actually there, but now there's photographic evidence.
When they filmed Future Primitive, the second Powell video,
Yes.
and everyone went to New York, I think it was like Dave Hackett, Christian, Cab, McGill, and they're skating around New York.
Yep.
And I think Christian flew out the bank and over. He flew
So
over
it was
the wall.
it was like back then there was a freeway off ramp kind of thing, and then the brick bank went up, and there was a
Like 4 feet, and then the
what do you call those things?
like a wall, Jersey barrier.
Jersey barrier. Even though it's in Brooklyn, it's a Brooklyn barrier, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
They're
it's really
like
cool.
a skate history story.
I love all
came to life.
those old pictures like that, and like you know the Instagram accounts like Past Participle that,
So
and
cool.
like just anyone that posts old kind of skate like in the moment kind of shitty out of focus home pictures that you know were developed film.
Right.
Those pictures are just they're so special within skating. I think it just captures like
Yeah.
a feel that you don't really get these days.
They're emotional.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And I think especially these photos, you can see them on jenkem.com.
Because you know all those kids were beat up
And they're
for
not,
skateboarding.
yeah, and they're not, the best part about it to me too, it's like, these aren't posed, who knows if they're even makes, they're just a session, and it's like you get a glimpse.
Yeah.
You're transported there because there's kids standing around. If this was nowadays, it'd be like, get out of the back, light it up, da-da-da. Now it was just like pure skateboarding. It's amazing. In skateboarding competition, if you care about this stuff,
we had the,
pretty cool.
what was it called last weekend?
The Street League Rio Super Crown Finals. And the winners are Gustavo Ribeiro, Braden Hoban, Chris Joslin. 1, 2, 3. Raisa Leo, she won every event this year. She's 14.
She's wearing some snowboard ass pants in that final.
She went from a tutu to yoga pants, now to snowboard pants. And you know what? Raisa can do whatever she wants.
Right.
She's almost current goat, future goat for sure. Second and third was Funa Nakayama and Momiji Nishima. That is skateboarding news.
Anyone have any skateboard questions before we move on to snowboard news?
We got questions.
Not those kind. I'm
We
talking
have
about from
multi-
our viewers that are like watching on live. We got 21 people that
Oh my
obviously
gosh.
have something to say, or they wouldn't be here watching.
What do you want?
Nothing.
Okay.
Snowboard news is brought to you by K2 Snowboards. Chris promises he's going to snowboard this year,
Dude,
much to the chagrin of everyone on the hill.
I even posted a thing today of snowboarding this year.
Wait,
At least once.
you guys feeling am I wearing a mock, is this a mock turtleneck or just a sweatshirt with an oversized collar?
In snow news, presented by K2 Snowboarding, we asked the question, what is Todd's neck line?
Yeah, look at this.
Is that a turtleneck? Is that a mock neck? Is it a crew gone wrong?
Are
What is
turtlenecs cool?
it? Turtlenecks they're warm, actually, because I
Yeah.
think when you keep your neck warm.
Do you
Why didn't the bomb hole answer my question?
What was
Sorry, I don't know.
what was your question? Yesterday was all banged up on bomb hole.
Colin.
I went to
Are they
Salt Lake
watching?
City. Probably not. They got better things
Oh,
to do,
they're
like run a
working on the
successful podcast.
podcast. Kind of jobs.
I went to Salt Lake City yesterday to co-host All Banged Up, which is their monthly just free-form
Right.
shit-talking show. It's a lot like this, but
Professional.
far better organized.
And they have cameras.
Yeah, they have cameras.
They have microphones.
Yeah.
They have matching microphones.
They got a lot. They have lighting. There's
What?
a lot. Yeah.
They don't have lights.
No, we have a lot to be desired. Listen.
We're in Encinitas though.
So we went
And they're
there, and people could submit questions. What was
Yeah.
your question that didn't get answered?
It was about your skin.
What?
It was about your skin.
What about my skin?
It was basically, and maybe I was too late, but anyway, I just wanted to know, you have such beautiful skin on your face. I was
Oh
just
my
wondering
God.
if the carpet matches the drapes, and does your skin all over your body match the skin on your face in terms of just silkiness and smoothness?
Wow.
And you guys didn't answer it, and that's fine.
Yeah, because there's standards and practices, and no one wants to talk about a man's body skin on a snowboard podcast.
Everybody wants to talk about a man's body skin on a snowboard podcast.
We got a question. Is Kemper back?
Yeah.
And this is from Evan Bergwald Sutherland. Wow, that is very Scandinavian sounding name, because you just have threw a J in that name for God knows why. Yeah, I believe Kemper is back.
Billy Kemper is a 4-time Jaws world champion.
No, it's Kemper Snow.
Oh, the snow, yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's
where's
back.
snow news?
I believe it is
My
back.
bad.
I believe Kemper is back. Bunch of stuff happened yesterday. We had
It's gonna snowmageddon.
It is snowmageddon. First and foremost, it is just hammering snow on the West Coast.
So rad.
We went from 0 to 100 very, very quickly. I believe Tahoe could get up to 30 inches. Mammoth is forecasted for 60 over the duration of the storm. So it went from being really warm to boom, winter's here. I know everyone on the East Coast is dealing with 65 degree, 70 degree temperatures. They haven't really made any snow back east. I feel bad for you guys.
Yeah.
But it's
Not even 9 inches.
not even. Wow, we're really gonna do that. We're gonna run with that again this season.
It's an exact measurement.
And we're here.
It's
It's
snow.
puking in South Lake Tahoe. Of course it is.
Oh, Tim Humphreys and a crew of ice cold, they're probably still cold guys.
Oh, they went surfing in Lake
in-
Tahoe.
Yeah.
I believe the way that it's Kings Beach area. It's kind of I don't know if it's a secret spot because no one wants to go do it, but I'm sure there's a lot
You can
more.
have it.
I'm sure there's a lot more people that are kind of down with surfing Lake Tahoe, but it's basically one corner of the lake. When the storms come through, it pushes that wind swell across the lake and it kind
Right.
of focuses in one little area. I know I've seen Big Mountain Jeremy Jones has had some footage out there surfing. There's a dedicated crew of people
Yeah.
that go out there. You need something really floaty and it's kind of more novelty washing machine surfing.
Is it, and Tim Humphreys might be able to answer this, but is surfing Lake Tahoe as cold, not as cold, or colder than surfing Lake Superior, or?
I don't know.
in Chicago.
I would love to go surf Lake Superior. I think that'd be like, it looks really heavy.
I heard those lakes are great.
Yeah. You heard, what else have you heard?
I heard they're great.
Anyway, so we've had a whole bunch of snowboard media dropping lately.
And you got that bonus snow report from Biolos earlier.
Yeah.
Todd hasn't heard yet.
I haven't heard that yet, but we had Vans dropped a new video yesterday that was it was kind of like more of like an emotionally charged.
It's called It's Love.
It's Love. It's very emotional. It's very like kind of, this music is emotional. Like it look like everywhere they're snowboarding, it's like gray and dismal out, but the riding is out of hand.
Mikey, Kennedy, Jill.
Yeah. Jill 270 on a very, very long rail, made it look really easy. Also, I hadn't had a chance to watch the full new Dustbox movie. I did watch that. It's pretty amazing. One complaint though.
What?
And a lot of these new movies are doing this, and I don't get it, and I believe it's contributing to
The delinquency of a minor.
the demise of pros being paid
I know what you're
a
talking
bunch of
about.
money. People are no longer being labeled in videos.
That drives me insane.
It does, and it's like, and I feel like, here's my take on it. It's like, look, you work all year for a part, and then it's just like sandwiched in, and if someone else is wearing a black jacket, or in this case, like a hooded sweatshirt with a vest, because it seems
Especially
like
in
that's like what
snowboarding.
everyone's wearing, you don't know it's you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So anyways,
Dude, okay, wait. I want to get on this.
I want to see the name of the rider, like a shot that establishes what they frickin' look like,
Face.
and then they go and they rip, so that, you know, we can relate to them. You can sell product to kids. They can start this hero worship that is gone from snowboarding, which is like, you know, you think about like when snowboarding was at its heyday, you got like Jamie Lynn, Peter Line, JP Walker, blah 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 blah. All these icons of the sport, the titans of the sport. That was when the sport had a ton of money.
Right.
Travis Rice, you know, all these names that are cemented in the history book of snowboarding. It's because they have a part with their name,
Right.
and you can identify with that. And I love Travis Rice's part.
And artistically, I don't think it takes away from a film if a small name pops up
Right.
for 5 seconds where, okay, that's Kennedy Deck.
Yeah, and it used to be
That,
like
you know,
when you
that's
would get
that's-
when you would get a DVD, you would get like, you know, you would be able to click.
Open the back.
Well, not only that, but you'd be able to go through the parts.
Oh, right.
Right? So it was like this guy's part, this guy's part, this guy's part. Now everyone releases their videos on YouTube, which is, of course, like, we're not going to fight that. That's just where it is. But very rarely do you see the parts broken. I know you can do it on YouTube, where you
Yeah.
can break it up into parts.
Oh, I try to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and also to your point, even if it's not a part.
Oh, we have a great. Here's a great take on this.
Okay.
And I heard this yesterday. This is Donovan Duffy. It says,
Great name.
in referring to the Dustbox specifically, he feels like they don't use their name so they can focus on the group as a collective whole. I get that. The Dustbox it's rad. It's a movement. It's a bunch of dudes that all hang out together.
Yeah, who are they?
But-
I'd love to know their names and what they look like.
My point is you can still have that.
Right.
You know, the Dustbox crew is the Dustbox crew. Period. Like, it's they're creating their own, I guess, identity as a whole. It's the Dustbox. In its parts is the Dustbox. But
Yeah.
like, there's so much incredible talent that's in there.
Yeah,
You know?
I get it if they're purposefully doing it like that. I get that, but I fully agree with you. I'm not saying that every rider has to have their own specific section. I don't think you're saying that either, but I just think a little tag of their name. I will say about that Dustbox movie, that first shot of, I don't know who it was, right? 50-50 in a rail.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming down, and then a tram goes by. You can see him through the windows.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's
It's
very
a
cool.
Super, super long rail, and it's like, you can tell how long it is because the bus goes by, and then the bus finally goes by, and he's still going down. See,
Would love to give that guy a shout out. Don't know who his name is.
but I think it kind of goes back to like where you have like these videos that are more like montages, right? And it's more like more like a montage of action, and at the end, people get credited. But you know,
Yeah.
these days,
I'd like to see
it. Just kind of like, it feels to me like I'm watching a lot of crazy action, but it feels like a TikTok video, like a long TikTok video instead of the way we traditionally used to think of snowboard movies. And shit changes, and I understand that this is the way the culture moves and how media is presented, but damn, do I love to be able to identify a person with a part, and I think it makes it more special, and then, you know, you can release that part separately as well.
I personally don't think it's going to harm the quality, the art, the cinematic.
It's a discussion. What do you guys think? Hit us in a comment below or over here on this live.
Let's keep going on this snow video roundup, because the last week or so has been all about snow video drops, and a big one came out. Huge premiere up in Seattle at the Egyptian Theater, rough around the edges, 30 years of ride snowboards. Before we get into this premiere and the big news that happened there, tell me about 30 years of ride. This is a company that's been around the block. They've been through every high and low of snowboarding there is. Tell me about your take on ride snowboards, what makes them special, what has made them last for 30 years.
Well, ride kind of came in like there's this big movement where kind of like more where street snowboarding started to kind of happen, and like really kind of like there was like people that took skate style, but we were more emulating what we saw on like vert ramps or something, you know, and half pipe. And ride, when ride came about, it was really a lot more about like the street skating style of, you know, the early 90s and early 90s hip hop, and how hip hop and skating and snowboarding all came together. The team was all time. I mean, these are all really good friends. I actually had I did a bunch of interviews for this because, I mean, we were all coming up at the same time, and all of our worlds.
This is a documentary?
It's a documentary. Okay. It's a documentary of Ride, and like how Ride went from like this, all of a sudden they burst onto the scene. They were the first snowboard company to go public. You know, there's people that made a lot of money on that in the beginning. And it's cool. Like they've had really great teams, you know, even still the Ride snowboard team now, like, you know, you got like Jill Perkins, and, you know, Mike LeBlanc is back. He was an old Ride team. Those were
the two big news happenings.
Mikey's back on Ride.
49 years old, turned pro.
It's pretty
returned
sick.
Pro.
It's pretty crazy, and you know, Russell Winfield and all of these icons of Dale Rayberg, Jake Blattner, Hubach, like there's just so many incredible people that were on Hannah Beeman that have been on Ride and continue to be on Ride over the years, and it's cool to see. Snowboarding will never go back to what it was in those like early punk rock days, where like your ability to handle yourself at the bar after hours was equally or more so valued for your marketability as you're riding. And I think that it's just a special time, and I can't wait to see this, because I know that there's a lot of stories from a lot of people in there that are going to bring back a lot of memories for all of us, you know, old heads that.
Oh, you said it.
I said it.
You said it.
I'll fucking say it.
And the big news at that premiere too, not only the film, and from what we heard, it was just packed, legends on legends. But they turned Jill Perkins pro.
Yeah, okay, but
I thought she was pro. She was already 5 years ago.
She's already pro.
Well, it says Jill Perkins is pro.
So does that mean like in that Vans video she wasn't pro yet?
Well, does she have her name on a Ride snowboard?
See, this is the thing. I understand like you're emulating skateboarding with this big like, yay, we're pro, and you get your own board and all that shit,
but isn't that fun?
It's really fun.
It's fun.
No, I think it's.
You just farted.
But I think it's super fun, but it also is very misleading.
Oh well,
I'm
excited for
Jill Perkins
to be pro.
Are you pro when
I would love to ride a Jill Perkins board.
Are you pro when you get a signature model snowboard, or are you pro when you cash that first check?
Nowadays, name on product.
Name on product.
Because
so if you have a signature product,
name on.
You're a pro.
Yeah. Board.
Signature.
I think it has to be a board.
Really?
Yeah, because.
But then there's a hell of a lot of really freaking good snowboarders out there that are, I guess they're not pro.
They need to try to do better.
Try harder.
Snowboard better. They need to be
also,
Jill Perkins.
In other big news, Forum is back. The boards have been revealed.
Oh yeah, we dropped this a while back though.
We did, but we talked about the teaser, but the boards are actually, they're back, and Capita is making them, so you know that they're going to be good snowboards.
Cool.
And I I can't wait to see more. Peter Line had a very interesting bomb hole last Wednesday. Interesting because you couldn't hear him half the time because of,
Oh, so they're not so professional all the time.
no, it was more Peter.
Oh.
He didn't want to wear the headphones, and he also didn't want to get near the microphone.
Oh, well, that's his fault.
Yeah, that's Pete's fault.
You know what? And Todd does that all the time, Peter, so I feel your pain, bomb hole.
Yeah.
Some
Anyway,
people don't know how to talk to the microphone.
it's pretty rad. And Pete's in there, Dogger's in there, Jeremy Jones is in there. What will the
Donger?
new what?
Oh, I think you said Donger.
No, not
Kin Lu?
Not Kin Lu.
Okay.
Remember how awesome he was? He would ollie over like fences and shit. Anyway, so Forum is back. It's going to be interesting to see who they choose to be on the team.
Yeah.
Because they've
I'm
always
looking forward. Sorry.
Forum's always been synonymous with having like the it team. Will they recapture the glory they had before?
We'll see.
We shall see.
A couple of other snow drops. View from Nowhere, Cedar Dreams, K2 Landscape came out a couple weeks ago with Kotzenberg, Curtis Ezek, Jody Wozniak, and the crew. That's a must check out. Assisted Living is the new drop that Mikey LeBlanc is in, where he returns pro at age 49. Also, Ben Ferguson's Fleeting Time is now streaming on redbull.tv just for a week or so. It's free. And I like this quote from Ben Ferguson. He says, "I'm hoping that this film just makes people want to go snowboard. Even if you don't snowboard, it will hopefully get you excited to get out there and appreciate whatever it is you like to do." Ben Ferguson, awesome.
Ferg's awesome. And it's funny because we were kind of talking, I mean, going back to the topic of not having riders' names.
Yeah.
Fleeting Time was like one of those ones where I think a lot of people were kind of like, that maybe there should be names.
Oh my god. Maybe that's a line item on the budget. They're like, it's $300
Yeah, the graphics for the
have
names.
a name. We can't. We've already spent $2 million on this film. We don't have the name
We had
budget.
to drag a freaking clock into the backcountry and then
You're
burn
like,
it. Like,
Is that
we can either have the clock or the names. You guys choose.
what's it? So this guy's in a black jacket and a beanie and a goggles and a face thing. Is that Red Gerard? No, he's Red. What's Goofy? Put a name on the video. 2023 Natural Selection coming back. Tour dates are as follows. We got Natural Selection Duels in February of 2023. We've got the Yeti Natural Selection Rebel Stoke, March 4th through 11th, and Natural Selection Alaska. That one is going to be in Alaska, which is a ton of snow. That's March 25th through April 1st.
It's going to be interesting to see how that goes. Last year,
Right, and Alaska's north of here, in America.
Alaska is, you can see Russia from there.
Right?
Yeah. Anyway,
So that was probably our greatest snow news segment of the entire year.
Action packed.
God,
We
we
may
know
not
a
get
lot
another
about
one that's
snowboarding.
that action packed. Hey, but you know what we have now is my favorite segment. It's called Nerd.
It's not going to be that good this time.
Why?
Well, it'll be okay. There's a new album out by a band called Show Me the
I
Body.
didn't even say Nerd News yet.
Oh,
Nerd News
brought
is
to you
brought to you by Bubs
Naturals.
Naturals.
Thank you. This new Show Me the Body album, ooh, it's been kicking me in the ass. It's so good. My friend Sketchy Tank turned me on to them, and it's pretty aggressive. Like it might be a little rattling to your nerves, but I think you can handle it. Show Me the Body.
Interesting.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame just happened.
Who's
Okay, you give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down when I say these names. Eminem
how's he
in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
It's not really rock and roll.
No, thank you. Dolly Parton all day. What?
Is she rock and roll?
Yeah,
How about
Dolly
this?
Parton.
Yeah, but she's not. Is she rock and roll?
Jolene, working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Duran Duran.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lionel Richie.
No. That's
Pat
is that rock and
Benatar.
roll? Pat Benatar.
Pat Benatar kicks
Eurythmics.
ass. Eurythmics,
Cool.
yeah.
Carly
Carly
Simon?
Simon.
No.
That's soft rock.
Is she rock and roll?
Judas Priest. And
I don't know.
And on that note-
I don't know what.
the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
What's
is
rock and roll?
trash. It's stupid.
Right.
It shouldn't be a thing
Yeah.
because they don't have Devo in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Shove that in your ass. Hey, what's
Shoving your rock and roll ass.
what's the name of the band that sounds just like Devo? It's like, is it the Units?
Hot Pressure Nights. Moving Units.
Moving Units.
They've been in a bunch of snowboarding movies.
Yes.
Hot Pressure Nights, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
What are these other names?
That's like snowboard music.
Snowboard rock?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Are you looking for it? Why?
Because now I want to hear that song because it's kind of driving me crazy.
I mean, it's obvious that Moving Units listen to a shitload of Devo.
Oh, wait, that's not them.
Not? I forget who it was. Stop. We don't.
Oh, here it is.
What?
No.
We don't have time for this, Chris.
What do you have to do?
We gotta get through nerd news. Chris, guess what comes
Somebody's
up?
gonna make fun of us for that.
You know Sonny Siljic? You know who that is?
Yeah, the LA kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tomorrow is one of the biggest video game launches of the year. It's called God
Fortnite?
of War. Ragnarok comes out tomorrow.
Wait, like Thor?
Yes. Okay, so 2018,
Okay,
God of War came out.
right.
Sonny Siljic plays Atreus, who is Loki in that video game. Very successful, probably one of the biggest video games of all time.
Never heard of
The
it.
sequel comes out tomorrow. It's going to be one of the biggest video games of all time. And Sonny, once again, skater from Los Angeles,
Great, he's a really good skater.
really good skater,
Yeah.
is voicing Atreus in that. Probably made a shitload of money.
That's cool. Have you ever had a voice in a video game?
My own.
The Todd Richards.
No, it was, I think we had.
the Chronicles of Richards.
I think it was cool. It was a Cool Borders, and
I
then
loved Cool Borders.
And then we had Transworld. I think there was Transworld Snowboarding,
Yeah.
and then X Games Pro Border, and I had to go into the sound stage in Los Angeles and record a bunch of. Yeah,
Yeah.
get some.
Hey, good luck out there, man.
Yes.
You know, this is a funny side topic. My wife works at Nixon,
Yes.
and she says that so she works in the repairs, so
Mhm.
she opens the boxes, and a lot of times, out of nowhere, she hears Todd's voice.
Oh, because of the
Yeah.
blaster.
Yeah, Todd's voice is emanating through the hallways.
Yeah.
What else for nerd news? It gets dark now at 5,
Yeah,
and
fucking
so I
sucks.
watched TV last night from 5 to 9, and my brain hurt. I hate it.
Really?
Yeah, like it did not feel good. That's.
Do we have any other? Do you guys have any nerd news on there? Oh, and let's see. What else?
I got questions.
The new Black Panther movie comes out this week.
Wakanda Forever?
Wakanda Forever. I can't see it being as good as the last one because, obvious reasons.
You know, I heard
What?
Black Adam is one of the best movies of the year.
Black Adam?
Yeah,
When is that streaming?
I don't know.
I refuse to go to the movies now because
I refuse.
I feel like my brain has been reprogrammed to enjoy movies at home, and I'm bummed because
Yeah.
I really enjoyed going to the movie theaters.
Are you ready for questions?
Yes.
Okay,
Let's
you can
go.
scan through questions there. We're going to take
Okay.
about 10 questions. Questions presented by Beneath Apparel. I got a question here from Robert Pierazzini.
What does he say?
Do
to
you
us?
think there will ever be a WSL for competitive snowboarding? I find it very difficult to know when and where to watch
I want
snow
that.
events.
I think everyone wants that. We had it at one time.
What was it?
The TTR.
Okay, yeah.
TTR was the series that the U.S. Open was a part of that. There was a bunch of other contests in Europe.
Right.
And it was all a points race to the end of the year where the overall winner would get $100,000 or something. It was really cool, and you'd have an overall champ.
That's cool.
It's cool.
A league-ish. I agree
I
with
think that
your professor.
There needs to be
Professor
that
Krause.
again. But now we have, FIS has infiltrated our space, and now we have to play by their rules. We want to go to the Olympics, and it got really jockey.
Yeah. Do you know if ARC will come to La Paloma?
Ooh, I hope so. Danny Davis's movie is wonderful. He, has put out a couple great products this year. Also, Peace Park. But I hope it does.
This is becoming one of our best podcasts ever. Because these questions are great. Nick Thoman says, if you could only do one trick on a snowboard for the rest of your life, what would it be? And what's a trick every boarder should have in their bag? I'm going to start because I only have 2 tricks. I think just a nice, beautiful method air going straight or over a hip. Well, method air over a hip, backside. Ooh, actually, maybe a front side, just a nice little front side poker, a little front side.
I think
Frontside grab.
trick wise, I think a frontside 360. You can't go wrong with that. It's timeless.
Yeah,
You're incorporating the twirling.
yeah,
Maybe you can get your hand on it, do some grabbing. And it's front side spinning, so you can control it and watch it, and it just looks good.
yeah.
That's
So
the one that you should have
What
in
would
your
you,
repertoire.
if you had one trick for the rest of your life?
Front 3, probably.
Just front 3.
Mhm.
Back 180 is pretty sick. Too.
Yeah, but then you're just stuck going backwards. If you can only do
Yeah.
one trick, then
Alright.
now you're backwards and you're fucked. You only did one trick.
Great question, Nick Thoman. I'm saying method. Todd's saying front 3. Big Bad Wolf says, did you happen to watch the homie Nic Lamb paddle into a bomb at Nazaré when everyone else was towing? Yeah, it was crazy. Also, how do you feel about the next few days surfing after the rain?
Poop soup.
I don't really care. I surf after the rain.
I feel like though you have to be ready to face the consequences if you know.
Gotta be ready to meet your maker.
If you get smashed by a wave and you get a bunch of water in your sinuses, like you kind of have to be ready for that. But I usually go anytime it rains and I surf after it rains. Luckily, I kind of convinced myself that the spots here that I surf are not that dirty.
Yeah.
But they're
about 200 yards away from a sewer.
Yeah. I usually do alcohol in my nostrils.
Yeah.
And then in my ears.
I know guys we used to surf Oceanside Harbor a lot. All the old heads there had little bottles of tequila.
Tequila?
And they'd come in and they would like gargle and then take a shot.
Really?
Yeah. So
maybe that works.
I don't know. To them it did. They're still around.
Yeah.
Malcolm Epps says,
work wasted.
do you think OG pro snowboarders should be taken care of the same way surfing and skateboarding does? Seems like the snowboard industry is easy to drop ties with riders who help bring up these brands. We had a big long conversation about that last. Todd was furious.
I just think
I sent you that picture.
I think that, you know, if whatever sport you're in, if you've made contributions to the sport that people are continuing to make money off of, then you should absolutely be taken care of.
All right.
And whether that means marketing or art
Insurance.
or tricks or you've influenced generations in the way that things, board design, bindings, boots.
What's it called? Like, what do police and firemen get? Pension.
Yeah.
I think if you're around it long enough, there should be some kind of.
It's a travesty that the father of modern freestyle, Terry Kidwell, is not taken care of by our industry. It's a fucking travesty.
I agree.
He had to sell all of his his
memorabilia
basically to have a place to live, and I think that that's gross. And I think a lot of snowboarding should be ashamed of themselves for making him do that. And there's one company in particular that I think should really take a look in the mirror because they're making 60% of the money and not really taking care of the people that got them there.
Ooh, all right.
So shots fired.
Well, this might be the toughest question we've ever had on the Monday M.A.S.S. It's from Sketchy Take. It's an F, marry, kill.
Okay.
F, marry, kill, the Florence brothers. Oh my God. F, marry, kill. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I'm gonna marry John.
Yeah, obviously because he's rich, and I want to live comfortably.
I'm gonna F Ivan.
Yeah.
Because he's a great skater. He's low key. He won't like tell. He'll just be like cool about it. And I'm sorry I have to kill him. I don't know how the hell we're gonna kill Nathan.
Nate, you're dead.
He's unkillable.
He's dead to me. In this scenario.
Why did you make us do that?
Hey, Nathan wouldn't hesitate to kill us.
That's true. He'd eat us.
Yeah.
This is another tough question.
Okay.
Tom Cilia.
What does he say?
Best fish tacos in Cali.
In Cali.
I don't like the use of Cali. You can say California, but that is a great ass question.
I hate fish.
Controversial take.
You hate all fish.
I don't like fish.
Dude.
I don't know, it tastes all like fishy. Sometimes, I'll eat like a tuna steak.
Oh my God.
And if I cover it with enough bachans, I can conceal the fishy taste.
I'm gonna say Encinitas has some really good fish tacos.
What kind of fish do you like? Like what's
mahi, tuna, salmon sometimes. Tilapia. I think fish 101, you can't go wrong with fish.
What about like
tacos.
What about like a nice bass?
Bass, white sea bass is delicious.
How about like a pond bass?
Like
do you like
rainbow trout?
Do you like pond fish?
I like fish. Fish 101. Who knows what people are gonna agree with that or not? They make a great fish taco. The Brigantine has kind of like a different but iconic for that spot fish taco. I'm sure there's places down in San Diego that really specialize, but Encinitas has a million of them.
do. And I had a
Fish
really
shop?
good Garibaldi taco not very long
That's
ago.
illegal. You should be ashamed and you should be arrested. Yeah, Tom Cilia, that's a great question, but it's kind of like up for people's preference.
Hey, you want to hear something? This is now we're on consuming fish talk.
Yeah.
There's like a little mall over here in Carlsbad, borderline Carlsbad, Encinitas, and they have a koi pond.
Right.
Right. And apparently, a couple weeks ago, there was a bunch of like the young local little shits fishing for koi.
You get arrested for that.
What?
That's a felony because they're like $5,000 fish.
They are?
Yeah.
Koi fish?
Koi are very expensive.
Really?
And not tasty.
What? They don't taste good?
No.
I don't know.
Don't know. Assume.
Raccoons.
They're beautiful.
Raccoons love them.
My mom calls me Brian. Brian Baig. Is Braden Hoban one of the best things to happen to skateboard contests? Yes, he is. He's a street skater that is thrust into the contest scene and he kicks ass. He's an amazing skater.
Kind of like one of those non-traditional contest skaters.
Yeah. DC Jones 87, DJ says, hey Chris and Todd, do you have any go-to Thanksgiving movies? And if it's not Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, why not?
Yes, I do.
What?
It is, we begin the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Oh, that's a Richards family
It's a
tradition.
Richards family tradition.
Okay.
We start, and then, the Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers, and Return of the King. We watch them between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
That's awesome. Love to come watch some of that with you.
Some people say that the Harry Potter movies are a Thanksgiving movie, but it's not like what's like a Thanksgiving? I guess like vacation.
There's some Thanksgiving. There's some Thanksgiving rom-coms that are actually pretty good, where it's like the family comes to the house and there's a big thing.
You can milk anything with nipples, Greg.
Yeah.
That one?
Stuff like that. Yeah, that's a Thanksgiving movie.
Yeah.
What is that? The Fleischmans? Meet the Fockers.
Meet the Fockers.
Meet the Fockers. Todd, you're good at this, bro. You should start a real podcast like the Bomb Hole.
Don't worry.
Old Nerdy Bastard says, will Chris Snowtay make an appearance at Big Snow?
Ooh,
Where's
no.
Big Snow?
Big Snow is in New Jersey. That is where myself and the Quiksilver team are going to be next Tuesday. So if you're in the New Jersey or anywhere really in the tri-state area, and you feel like going and participating in a fun rail jam and meeting the likes of Miles Fallon, Austin Sweeten, Griffin Seaberg, Harrison Gordon, I'll be there.
Because I wasn't invited.
Chris won't be there.
Wait, did you pitch us doing a podcast there?
What?
At Big Snow?
No,
We can surf the wave pool?
Nah, this is too much.
You don't care.
No, Peterson will be there putting on a freaking demo. You talk about the dust box.
No, Old Nerdy Bastard, I won't be there.
We're gonna bring one of the box.
I wasn't invited.
He's one of the dustiest of the dust box.
Billabong's bringing me there though. Later, 2 weeks.
I heard
I'm going with the Billabong Snow team.
Okay.
Because Quiksilver Snow didn't invite me.
I don't know about that. More news next week.
Paul Saldana Munoz. Paul Munoz, 85, says, what happened to the Girls of Reef? I was a big fan of them when I was in middle school. Where are they now? Are they old and wrinkly?
Wow.
Are they still hot? America wants to know. Interesting that you would say that. I've laid out a bunch of, my whole collection of Transworld Surf magazines for a project. And I looked through there, and about halfway through, the Reef Girls ceased to exist. I want to say around 2004. Butts, in my opinion, are still in style, but I think what they could have done is had a Reef Boy on one side, a Reef Girl on the other, and then everybody would be happy, but instead they just killed off the Reef Girls.
You should just start that.
They're dead.
You should just...
Sorry.
You should just start posting photos of your ass on your Instagram and see how it goes.
Sorry, the Reef Girls are... Oh, I don't even want to go there. It's just so morbid.
We're almost canceled. We're almost there.
Andy Ryan.
What does Andy say?
Photo.
Andy's
no.
He's also watching live, so this is probably going to be really awesome.
Valorem Stacks, Hail Mary, double premiere, went off in New York this past Thursday. Both sold out showings, packed with New York's finest. East Coast legends. Sid the Package was there. Heartfelt biopic film by Ben Gulver and Valorem on how surfing and New York and Balaram and everything that goes on there. Anything that Balaram does, I love. He's awesome. And Ben Gulliver as well, an incredible filmmaker. And if Andy Ryan vouches for it, we vouch for it too. Can't wait to see that. Hail Mary Balaram Stack. It's out now on the internet.
Ball is sick.
Hana Lee, the WSL commentators talked a lot about strategy being a key to success in addition to skill. And we saw that. Are there any skater snow contests that require that level of strategizing to win?
Holy shit! Yeah, I think the best of the best. No one is. Let's just take Red Gerard for instance, because I feel like him and Mark McMorris are the king of competing these days.
Yeah.
As far as like being able to play the mental game and the skill game of what happens when you leave the lip of the jump.
Yeah.
They do just enough to make it through the rounds, and they constantly up the level while they're competing. I think in half pipe it really comes in because you don't want to show all your cards. You want to leave some in the tank for if you need that little turn everything up to 11 and push you over the edge of the cliff.
That's more of a strategy of not going like a competitor.
Yeah.
Working kind of the angles there with yourself and against the field.
Your first run in the finals if you land your first run perfect, odds are if you land the third run perfect, you're going to get a higher score.
Right.
It's just the way the odds are with the way scoring usually scales higher towards the end of an event. So knowing when to hold them and when to fold them.
I think strategy comes into play more so in man on man, woman on woman, athlete on athlete, like a game of skate. If you know the person's weakness is heel flips or something like that, but also that kind of strategy of knowing.
It's like a mad game of rock paper scissors.
Yeah. So yes, it does, Holly. Great question, and we got to go. But last but not least, we want to thank Remind Insoles. This is pretty cool. So they listened to the podcast.
They sent us insoles. They
heard our pain.
My back.
My knees.
My knee and my back.
They heard our pain. They sent us some insoles. We're going to give these a try. As you can see, they form to your feet. And look there's charts on the back. There's a skeleton.
It's good.
There's a skeleton. Chart. And thank you to Remind Insoles. That's the logo right there. It's a footbed. And we're going to rock. We're going to put them in right after this podcast. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Just a reminder, the Quiksilver team will be at Buckman's next Monday. And then on Tuesday, we'll be at the Big Snow Wad. And then...
Oh, you're missing the podcast for this?
Yeah.
Damn.
And then Wednesday, we're just cruising up the East Coast. May go surfing in New Hampshire or Massachusetts somewhere, depending on waves. Thursday, we are doing a movie premiere at Darkside at Killington. And then Friday and Saturday, we are up in Montreal for an event at Empire. So
and when he says we, he doesn't mean him.
Not really so much Chris.
Not this we.
No.
Him and the Quiksilver team.
Not French yes.
No.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Or not. Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining. That is the end of my transmission. Like and subscribe.